Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today, I'm going to be continuing on the train that I started last time where I started the Lore Master video. I said I'm going to be remaking some older videos that I felt like could be bigger and better, and this one is the most broken item in the game. Now, I didn't make this video specifically. I made one called like the most broken items in the game, and that was specifically on the starting wand, which gives you 5% accuracy, and the heart steel, which gives you 5% resist. I do still think that those are very broken items in the game, but I don't think they're the most broken item, and today I want to touch on what I think is without a doubt the most broken item in Wizard101, and you can kind of already see this coming, so let's just get right into it, and that is the Sky Iron Hasta. Now, the Sky Iron Hasta, if you don't know, which you all should know, you get at Mount Olympus a guaranteed 100% drop from killing Ares, which is the fight before Zeus, and it is a level 30 item that gives 10% universal damage. Now, I don't think you need to be a genius to kind of think about why the Sky Iron Hasta is a little bit broken. So, let's talk about that real quick. First off, 10% damage is crazy. The wands at 140 give about 20% damage, so having half of that at almost a fifth of the level is insane for a wand. So there is that. It gives you the guaranteed power pip at the beginning of the round, which is really good for wands at that level as well. And then there's the biggest aspect of all this, I think, is that it is an 100% drop, and you will get them every single time you complete Mount Olympus. So just in getting your Zeus gear, you're going to have a Sky Iron Hasta for every single wizard on your account if you decide that you don't want to do Mount Olympus again on those wizards. Which is crazy, because it is without a doubt an insanely good wand. Now, I personally think that it is disgustingly broken, and it is the most broken item in this entire game. Why is that? Well, I think the answer to me has to do with how it is placed and how significant it is. To put it into perspective, the Sky Iron Hasta, 10% damage, is better than any other wand you can get free to play from levels 30 all the way up to level 115 or 110, whichever one it is, with the Arcanum crafted wands. To put that into perspective, that is 85 levels. 85 levels is almost 3/4. I think it's actually, yeah, it's almost 3/4 of the total amount of levels in this entire game. Is that not crazy to you? That you use a wand that you get at level 30, 1/5 of the way through the game, for over half of the game. That's insane to me, and definitely shows that it's a little bit too powerful. Now that I've gone over why it's broken, we need to go over how to fix it, because there's definitely going to be ways to fix this, and a few of them. The first, and the one that I would think is the least popular, and in my opinion is the worst, is to change the Sky Iron Hasta as a whole. Maybe make it give 5% damage instead. Make it a little bit more balanced. Now, the problem with this is that everyone hates a retcon. Everyone hates a change of a really good item into an item that's worse, especially one that's been well established. The Sky Iron Hasta has been in this game now for about 7-8 years. If they suddenly changed it now, everyone would be up in arms. And I mentioned this back in my Dragoon Gear's broken video. I said that they can't change the Dragoon Gear because they already released it. That is the problem with not thinking about the implications of things you're doing before you do them, because now they can't change it. If they change it, everyone will be angry at KingsIsle, which is why this is an awful option in my opinion, and the one that KingsIsle is never going to consider. Option 2 would be to just ignore it and leave it how it is, which is probably what they're going to do, and this isn't really even a fix, this is just an option of what they would take. This is probably what's going to happen, because let's be honest, KingsIsle doesn't tend to fix broken things in their game. And then the third option, and the one that is, in my opinion, the best, would be to add more wands interspersed throughout the game that are better and just give more variety, because I think it's a shame in this game with hundreds of gear sets, massive amounts of items, that you're using the same wand, the same broken wand, for 80 levels. Now, one thing I actually recommended, and you guys can go watch this video if you want to, is change these Sword of Kings. I've mentioned this before, but I hate the fact that the Sword of Kings is literally useless and you immediately trash it or throw it in your bank. Despite it supposedly being this powerful artifact, it doesn't even help you at all. So that makes me kind of angry, and I drafted up like a whole... in an earlier video, I drafted up a whole spreadsheet of different values and stuff that I thought would be really, really cool. I know that sounds boring, but it's actually pretty cool. I hope that I've shown you guys that I can make spreadsheets fun. But I went over the different stats I think would make a Sword of Kings for different schools really, really cool. So hopefully something like that would be in the realm of possibility. I would love it if they did something like that. And they could add different variations as well. Like, for example, I believe we get the, what's it called? The Quagga Blade, maybe? It's this blade that we get in Zafaria, which is supposedly supposed to be pretty powerful as well. We get the Sky Hook in Azteca. We get a Shadow Forge wand in Chrysalis. All of these are options that KingsIsle could add to the game, have stats, and make it so that they're actually a viable option. And that's really what makes me angry, is that there is no viable option, right? Even if you're talking about crown-wise, just think about it. There really aren't too many better wands than the Sky Iron Hasta up until you get to the level 70-80 range, which means either way you're still using the wand for 30 to 40 levels, which in my opinion is too much. So I think the best way to fix this, just add more items to the game. You're not going to be able to change the Sky Iron Hasta, so add more items. And that's really it. This video was not really a rant, but me talking about the Sky Iron Hasta and how broken it is. At the end of this video, let's make a little PSA. If you're not using the Sky Iron Hasta from levels 30 to 100 and whatever, and you don't have a crown replacement, you're doing something wrong. 10 damage is crazy for a wand, and it's useful for every school. I don't think there's a better option until probably the Arcanum, which is a little bit crazy. So if you're not using it, please go ahead and do so. But that's really it for today. I wanted to talk about this broken item, how they could fix it, all that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is there any other items in this game that you would consider broken? There's definitely a few I can think of, but I'd like to see your opinions on it. What's your opinions on the Sky Iron Hasta, the changes I recommended, whatever. So, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like at the sub button. If you want, you can support me on my Patreon. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Adios.